But at the end of royalty periods, typically you want some sort of royalty summary, or you just in general may want to review a previous period or current period and get a summary report by client. There's a couple of ways that are best used for in Simply Royalties. There's other ways as well, but the most straightforward way is using the administration screen for royalties under statement payouts and then statement administration screen. So this is one of the list views that are throughout the system that you probably have seen already or know how to use, but it gives you everything you need for the period you want to process. The filter's over here on the right. You click on the filter and then you can break it down by client type, client or payer to give it more specifics, but typically you're just going to want to put the end period in for whatever period you want to review. The current period should pop up if you've just generated royalties, but elsewise you could just enter the date, click OK. It'll bring it back up or replenish the screen. You can see in the period in here we're doing 6/30/2019. It lists all the clients. All are sortable. All the columns are sortable. You can click on as before, just as before. You can move, sort anyway. So this has a lot of information on it that you may or may not need. But if you scroll over, you can see the statement total, ending balance, previous advance balance, so on and so forth. The actual payments that were made, advances, all the way to the end. You can see unrecouped amounts. If there's any crosses, it shows, but it gives you probably max detail on this screen. Then you can also export the list and save it to whatever you want to save it. Bring this over. So everything you saw on the screen is actually here on the Excel file, and now you can change it and do whatever you need to make it into a report that you wanted to, or summarize, or what have you on that. So that's the quickest, easiest way. It's kind of an informal report, and you can also do other things on this screen as far as view the royalty transaction. You can actually print the royalty statement from here, delete stuff and so forth, but for this purposes we're just using it as a report. The other thing that's a more formal report and probably a little more cleaner is under publishers, SR reports, and then under SR reports here is a payable report, and this is similar. You're going to put the period in range that you want, so you can have multiple periods if you want. We're just going to focus in on the same period as before and hit preview. So this is a cleaner report. Let me make it a little bigger. And you can see it's not as many columns, it's more specific, but it gives you, this is what most of the time you're going to use to figure out what you owe to individual clients when you write your checks or send them money, or vice versa. It breaks it down by your payor and by the clients, and gives you totals by payor and by the clients. So this is a little more formal report. You can set a minimum amount, so if you only want to see clients that you're actually going to pay and you have, say, a threshold of $100, it'll show all of the clients that ending balance is $100 or more. Hit preview again. And you can see there's fewer on there because all the ones that has zero balances aren't showing up now. Close that. Down here is a checkbox. It says print show only clients with activity. So if a client just has, say, an ending balance, but they had no activity for a period, meaning no advances, no royalties, no adjustments, nothing other than an ending balance, then it won't show up, or it'll show up on the list. If you want everything to show up with no activity, you need to uncheck this box and then rerun your report. So then we get rid of that, and there'll probably be a few more on the report than before, because now we have 2 pages where we had one because it's showing everybody even if they had no activity for the period. If you're using the report groups, you can add a report group here, narrowing down the field again, or consolidating the number of clients that was showed up. You can export the report, and you can also print the report. After you run the report, preview report, you can print from here too as well, like the other ones up here. You can tell it where to go or how to print it.